recording. Oh, I got one of them. I thought I was special, but I'm not.
Matthias, we are live recording and streaming and proceed with this morning's public executive review session.
Okay. Good morning. This is the New York City Board of Standards and Appeals public hearing for June 15, 2026. Please note for the record that Vice Chair Shabeta and Commissioner Shetta are appearing remotely. We will begin with adjournment items. Item number 1, 2024-41BZ 105-39 Cross Bay Boulevard, Queens.
All right, I am going to recommend that we take a motion to close and keep the record open.
So I just, sorry to interrupt. I just want to be clear. We're going to deny the request for adjournment.
We have to.
If we're gonna take a motion today, we're not going to adjourn the hearing. Okay. So the request for adjournment has been denied.
The request for adjournment has been denied, and I want to make a motion that we close and keep the record open for lack of prosecution. I mean, this is the motion to close for lack of prosecution and keep the record open for the applicant to make its necessary submission and send a letter to the applicant and to the property owner.
So to be clear, we're sending a dismissal warning letter?
We're not sending a dismissal warning letter. I think the letter will state something like the board took a decision to close for lack of prosecution. And the record will remain open for the applicant to make necessary submission to convince the board to reopen.
I would agree with that. I just ask that there be a number of months in between the closing and the hearing and the decision, so that the applicant has the opportunity to respond. This hasn't been 3 consecutive, although there have been 3 adjournments. They're not consecutive. I don't know what communication. It doesn't seem like from the file there was much communication between the applicant and the case manager. So I support your application. I just ask for them to have some time.
I agree. We will give them enough time. I mean, the last adjournment was requested in January and we are in June. So 6 months almost has gone by. So no submission has been made. And giving them another 6 months, I don't want to drag this on for a year. Another 3 months should be end of August. A September submission should be sufficient for the applicant to address all the comments or request a withdrawal.
I fully support that.
Okay. Ms. Prenga?
The applicant did want a July 13th hearing. So that is what they are requesting.
Okay.
So if you would consider that.
Well, do we want to review then July 13th and then make a decision to close?
It isn't far. It's a month away. I think that's reasonable. It's a month away. I believe that is reasonable.
Okay. Okay, we'll accept the adjournment request and then wait for the July 13th. If a submission has not been made at its due time, we will make a motion to close.
That's good.
And it has to be substantial submission, not just bits and pieces as a placeholder.
And Madam Chair, there's no extensions, correct? That's the new.
No extension, no.
Yeah, I think that this is their last shot, and I think that's an appropriate measure.
Yeah, fair enough. We have been fair, and this will be the last one. All the commissioners are agreeing. And so if by July 13th, a substantial submission has not been made, if a submission has not been made, for the July 13th submission that is substantial enough response to, then the board will make a decision at that time to close. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Ms.
Do
Payne.
do you hear me?
Yes, Commissioner Shetta.
Yeah, I would say that if July 13 comes and the submission is not uh, substantial and not satisfying the board requirements, or if there is no submission at all, I would then put it for a closer date rather than 6 months after. I mean, close it then. If July 13 comes and there is no submission, we'll close it. And then we'll vote on it, maybe then the hearing after that, or like a month after.
Yeah, he's frozen.
Yeah,
Well,
okay,
I think the next hearing's July 27th after that, so
I'm not saying put it, if it doesn't work, July 15, put it July 30,
Let's
20.
discuss that matter when we get to July, but I hear your comment, Commissioner Shetta. Noted. Okay.
The board
Commissioner Sheta,
gave him more than chance to do.
Commissioner Shetta, your screen is frozen, so please look into that.
stop. Well, I'll try.
Okay, shall we move on to the next?
And please send a note to the app. I still want you to send a note to the applicant saying this is the last adjournment the board is going to accept. And this would be to the applicant and to the property owner, and a submission must be made for the July 13th hearing,
Which is June
as-
30th.
which is due, whatever the due
June
date is,
30th.
and it has to be substantial enough, and so that a warning has been sent.
Move on.
Yes.
Item number 2, 2026-01BZ, 4261 Broadway, Manhattan.
Yep, go ahead.
We're adjourning this?
Yes.
Okay. Postponements. Item number 3, 2026-06BZ, 511 West 25th Street, Manhattan. Decision items. Item number 4, 49282BZ, 72-12-16 73rd Place, Queens.
All right. So the applicant has made a lot of improvements to the site, especially a residential quality fence has been installed along the residential lot line and the auto repair facilities, and photos have been provided. The signage analysis for the zoning lot also has been provided, which indicates that the signage does comply. Subject site will remain as one zoning lot with 2 tax lot, and lot 8 will have automotive use and lot 6 will have the residential use. So did everybody look through all the documents that were submitted, and were you all satisfied? Is Commissioner Shetta online? Because for the vote, we need to make sure Commissioner Shetta is. If he is, you have to,
I think he's rejoining.
okay.
Shall I wait?
No, we can proceed. I just want to make sure record makes it very clear.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you want me to call?
Motion to approve.
I just spoke to Commissioner Sheta. He's trying to get back online.
All right, let's proceed because I think we have a quorum and, yeah, is he?
We have him.
We have him?
He's one of the Leos.
He's one of the Leoras. Okay. Right, Commissioner Shetta, please have, we need to
We
see
need
the
to take a vote,
video.
Vice Chair,
Yeah.
Commissioner. Sorry.
All right,
Yeah, there we go.
great.
Okay. Just have to rename yourself when you.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so we were talking about 72 12 16 73rd place. It's a decision item, Commissioner Shetta. So I think all the documents that has been provided, all the commissioners agree. It's satisfactory. So I want to make approve with conditions related to tax lot 8, where the automotive service use is going to be located. And that is all lighting sources that are located on the lot line of tax lot 8, adjacent to residential uses, including lot 6, shall be shielded from direct view and pointed down and away from residences to minimize any adverse effect on the surrounding residences. And BSA is not waiving the underlying zoning regulations related to tax lot 6, which is occupied now by residential home. Is that acceptable to everybody? All right.
Yeah.
Motion to approve.
Aye.
Chair Shanda,
Aye.
Vice Chair Shabeta,
Aye.
Commissioner Otley Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Shetta,
Aye.
Commissioner Yoon.
Aye.
Application has been granted. Item number 5, 2026-05BZ, 312 Fingerboard Road, Staten Island.
Okay. Applicant submitted revised plans, photos, and the statement of facts and all the narratives regarding the zoning sections. All of those have been revised. So I'm very satisfied with the revision and the clarification that has been provided, especially with regards to finding D. Did everybody get a chance? Okay. So I want to make a motion to approve.
Chair Shanda,
Aye.
Vice Chair Shabeta,
Aye.
Commissioner Otley Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Shetta,
Aye.
Commissioner Yoon.
Aye.
Application has been granted. Continued hearing items on the special order calendar. Item number 6, 608-85BZ, Volume 2, 33-56 11th Street, Queens.
So the applicant has provided lot line conditions, and the lot line is built up.
Recording in progress.
Lot line is built up with high masonry wall, residential lot line walls, and the wall appears to be in good condition. There is landscaping, though along a portion of the rear lot line. And the applicant has provided Google Street View photos regarding the proof of continuous use. And it's from 2018, 2022, and 2024. It shows the same use has been in existing and has been operating. Applicant has also provided an operational plan. According to that, the hours of operations are Mondays to Fridays, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Saturdays, Sundays, 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. So with regards to the truck activity, the document needs a little bit more clarity because in one of the statement, it says it's 13 trucks per day is approximately anticipated. Then in the statement, the applicant says the number of trucks per day can vary from 1 to 2 per day to 17 per day. And the applicant further states that that 3 trucks will be parked in the driveway in overnight period, and 2 will be inside the building, and the remainder of the trucks will be parked off street. They will continue to have an operational plan that will not permit any business operation to happening on the sidewalk. So first of all, the applicant needs to clarify whether it's 13, and the 17, just have a consistent set of record. I also believe that there needs to be a limit on the number of trucks located at the site at a given time. That would minimize double parking or blocking the sidewalk. While I understand that there could be 3 trucks that can be parked on site and 2 within the driveway, that means at a given time there could be 2 trucks that could be parked parallel to the sidewalk. Um, so I'm assuming 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 is the maximum you can have at a given time located in this area, and no more than that. So somehow the other part of the operational plan needs to make sure that no more than that many vehicles will be in this area, because that will otherwise result in double parking. So the applicant needs to clarify that. So I just made this calculation just now, looking at the numbers that's been related. So I want the applicant to calculate the maximum capacity of trucks per business hours based on the number of vehicles, loading, unloading, and then kind of use that as a baseline to say no more than so many vehicles will be here at a given time, because otherwise it will invariably cause double parking. And there are other businesses that are operating, we cannot weigh in on what they're doing, but we need to, this being a use that has been granted through a variance, we need to be more vigilant. So those are my comments. Vice Chair Shibeta?
Thank you, Chair. I want to piggyback a bit on what you were saying about where the trucks are parked, because while I agree that the number that they said can be parked on site is 7, they said they're going to be parking other trucks, the remaining trucks, which is questionable as to how many because of the difference in whether it's 13 or 17 or 15, 17. Where are they, at least intermittently? Like I'm not asking for a long term. I just want to know where they're going to be parked now. Is there another site? Because they haven't mentioned another site that these trucks are going to be parked. So if there's some sort of agreement as to where these trucks are parked, even in the short term, with a guarantee that they're always going to be parked at a different site, I'd like to see something like that. With regard to the photos that they provided about the on the line, I think that a little bit of cleanup is appropriate on some of those photos. There is a lot of disarray. And it is open view to its neighbors. So just a little site cleanup, I think, would be appropriate.
Okay. Commissioner Otley Brown?
So when I looked at the operational plan, I was concerned, like you were, about the other trucks and whether or not they would be end up being parked along the sidewalk. But this is a residential zone, and you cannot park commercial vehicles overnight along the sidewalk in this zone. So that would be illegal based on other laws. I don't know how much we have to concern ourselves with the implementation of that, because that'll be taken care of by DOT, NYPD, and all of the other agencies that police the area to ensure that there are no commercial vehicles parked in a residential zone overnight.
Right. No, I'm not concerned about the overnight. I'm more concerned about during the daytime, business operation, how many trucks at a given time will be at the site, which may create double parking and maybe parking on the sidewalk. So how
Well, I think we should just make it very clear in our resolution that there's not supposed to be any parking on the sidewalk at any time, which is, I think, what we've been saying in the hearing
Right.
over and over again, which is what created this operational plan. And of course, there should be no double parking, because there should be no double parking in the city, period. And NYPD and DOT take care of policing cars that double park.
Okay. That is true. Okay.
And then the average trucks per day versus the range, I took that to mean that in a given day, they could have as little as 2 trucks coming to the site, or as much as 17, and that when you look at it across time, it averages out to about 13 per day. I think that's probably dependent on their business, like how many different sites order cars to come pick up their junk, so to speak, and take it,
Okay.
you know.
I think you are making sound argument. I will accept that. Commissioner Shetta?
Thank you, Chair. I agree with your point, and in addition to that, the statement indicate that trucks will load and unload inside the building if possible, and if it's not, they say that they will load and unload at the curb. parking perpendicular to the building. I thought perpendicular parking to the building would block the sidewalk during the time that this truck will be loading slash unloading. So I'm not sure if the board is okay with that. I thought last time we discussed parallel parking, not perpendicular one, which I
That-
believe.
You're right. I think the way the text is written, it was a little odd, but I think I read it few times. But what they are saying is what we want them to say, but it's reading because of the word perpendicular. It's kind of sounding off. But we are going to make a condition, and the documents will will make it clear that all the loading and unloading shall be happening along the curbside, and the vehicles shall be parked parallel to the curbside. You're right. That's what we have been correcting. Yeah.
Thank you.
Commissioner Yoon?
Thank you. I just want to say for the record, I am not just on my phone for personal reasons. I am using it for my notes because my laptop is not logging in. So just so everyone knows, that's why I'm not logged in and I'm looking at my phone. I had the exact same comments. And then to piggyback on what Commissioner Sheta said, I think that they should actually change the language so that it's very clear that they will be curbside parking parallel, because they say they are curbside parking perpendicular, and that makes, it's just ultimately really confusing to read. So I think they should just change it so that it's clear that no parking is happening on the sidewalk, and that any curbside loading will be happening parallel in a, parking parallel to the building, and to the street. The operational plan, I guess also, for the sake of clarity, it discusses the side yard as a driveway, which is how we discussed it at the last hearing. But it is also confusing because you think of the driveway as the curb cut that leads to the building, and the side yard, I think, should just be called the side yard. So that we know that the driveway that they're referring to is the piece of land adjacent to the building on the side, rather than the driveway in front of the building. Does that make sense? To me, when I read driveway, I think that's the curb cut that leads to the building.
Okay.
They're using the word driveway, as we did conversationally at the last hearing, as to describe the side yard portion, where we're saying we can park 3 trucks.
Right.
I'm just requesting that the language be changed, so it's very clearly the side yard where they're going to park overnight and not the driveway.
Okay.
Because when I read through the documents, I think ultimately they are presenting what we discussed, but it's so confusing when you read it that you have to read it several times to understand that intent. And I think we should make it clearer for the record. Those are my only comments.
Okay.
Chair,
Yeah.
I wouldn't just ask for changing the language for the parking perpendicular, because I believe we were very clear last time, and this time still we are insisting on perpendicular. I would ask them, let me just share my screen very quickly. I would ask them to actually annex to the operational plan, the site plan, and highlight this area here, the one in blue, and say no parking is permitted at this area at all, period. And then for this green one, uh, it should say something like curbside area designated for truck loading and unloading uh, in front of the building. Some sort of like illustration like that, that is not uh, like vague, or doesn't, it doesn't need to be, just the moment you look at it, the moment you get it. Hello?
Yes, 1 second.
Sure.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Commissioner Shetty. Okay.
Thank you.
Any thoughts or any suggestions? No. Okay, let's go to the next case.
Item number 16-12BZ, Volume 4, 184 Nostrand Avenue, Brooklyn. We're going to second call this case tomorrow.
Yes,
On Tuesday?
applicant made its submission in response to the comments that were raised by DEP. And it was submitted Friday late in the day. And the information has been shared with DEP. DEP is reviewing it, and and we are being told that by tomorrow, DEP would be able to give us an idea of whether the information is adequate for them to proceed. So, okay.
Okay, item number 8-69-13BZ, Volume 2, 110 West 73rd Street, Manhattan.
All right. So before I get into any of the comments with regards to the submission that has been made, at this point, what I have asked the project manager to do is to send. We receive a letter of objection from the neighbor, and also several videos that were taken by a neighbor of activities that were conducted by the restaurant that appears to be contrary to the recent operational plan and the submissions that were made. And I'm not referring to the submissions that were made today. I'm referring to the submissions that were made last Friday. So I want the applicant to review those videos and walk us through what was happening in these videos so that it's clear. Because I'm not, whilst we may assume certain things, I want to be very clear exactly what was the nature of the operation that the restaurant was conducting. I also want to make it very clear that the purview of this board is only limited to the portion of the restaurant that is located in the residential portion. Rest of it is as of right, and whether it is operating within the laws and the bounds of the regulations, that is not in our purview. That would be conducted and determined entities like DOB, fire department, or whomsoever that needs to, that monitors it. So I will strongly, respectfully urge the vigilantes to be respectful of the business operation, and the focus that is before us is only limited to the business operation that is located in the residential portion. I have to say, I did not find value in any of the videos that were submitted this morning, that we received this morning. And the only thing that I have is a curiosity of a door that was open that is under the stoop. And I don't know which door that was. That was a door entering from 110 or whichever. I don't know, but that was just a curiosity question, and hopefully the applicant's team can walk us through it. But so far, all the information that we have asked for has been submitted. Applicant has provided a revised operational plan, and has also included a sign of the delivery. And I have to say, looking at the videos that were shared by the neighbor, I think we have to be realistic. And the realistic part of this is that, yes, there is a part of the business that is located in the residential, and there's a majority of the business that is located in the commercial portion. And the small portion of the use that is located in the residential, and the action before us is for an extension of a small portion of it in the residential, which really does not change the overall business operation that is happening in the commercial portion, which is a restaurant with 2 bars or 1 bars, or seeking liquor license for 1 or 2, whichever way it is. That has nothing to do with the action that is before us. I think monitoring this on a day-to-day basis and monitoring this, but which is not BSA. BSA is not an implementing body. We are not an inspecting body. Monitoring this and sending complaints to DOB, I'm not sure it's a good use of everybody's time. And we have to be realistic. And more I see these videos and more I see the operation and the nature of the use that's happening around this block. And this is my thought on it, and I want to hear what commissioners have to say, is make a condition that deliveries or garbage takeout will only be permitted from 1:10 between the hours of 8 a.m. to 10 p.m., Monday through Sunday. That is the hours everybody is awake and going around their daily business. This would not, this would be very similar to a lot of the schools and other operations that are located in C districts next to residential, where we try to curb some of the business operations. So trying to be consistent, and this is what I am thinking of. And I want to hear what commissioners think about that and the submission that's being made. Vice Chair Shibata.
Thank you, Chair. I agree with you. I was satisfied by the submission. I want to just, I want to make sure that the record recognizes how much attention we've given this case, how many commissioners have visited this site along with fire department and DOB to examine, and our general counsel to examine the site to ensure that we saw what was happening there. So, you know, I agree with what you're saying, and I want the community to understand that we have done what we can, and we're making the rules that we can to properly govern this. I have nothing further to add.
Okay. Thank you. Commissioner Otley Brown.
So this is actually, I've read the submission and I'm satisfied with everything that was the submission. And just as to what you said to me, this is a commercial use that's operating as per variance in a residential zone, but it is a commercial use with a lot of operations that have to do with perpetuating the commercial use. And as we're allowing that use, we're also allowing practices that normally occur in commercial businesses in that use. So it makes sense to say that it's okay for them to use 1:10 to bring their garbage out if they need to, as long as it's within reasonable hours. And so I think, Chair, that you were very right to set a reasonable range of hours for business activity, and I support that.
Okay. Thank you. Commissioner Shetta.
Thank you, Chair. I start with the acoustic testing. I did look at the submission. I believe it based on the data submitted. I believe it shouldn't be a problem in the units next to that establishment. The transmission seems to be minimal from that restaurant to the adjacent property. So this is one thing. The other thing, when I did look at the videos yesterday, like one by one, 2 times each. And I believe we owe the applicant to listen from them to explain what's going on. And I believe what you suggested, Chair, will tackle that issue. And I'm okay with the condition that you indicated. That's what I have for now in this case. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Yoon.
Thank you. I agree. The sound report was finally responsive to what we had requested several times. I don't agree that what is before us has nothing to do with the rest of the restaurant. It's continuing to expand, so they need more back of house space, which is why they're before us. The larger establishment is growing, so they need more room to operate. That being said, I think the approach of being practical and realistic about a commercial operation makes some sense, but I do not forget that we started this and continued to hear this with several rounds of non-compliance being very evident during the course of this hearing. So if we are to approve this, I recommend a short turnaround time because they were operating on on so many levels of non-compliance when they first came.
Okay. All right. That's fair. I can accept that. 5-year term? Commissioners?
Yeah, I believe it's fair. Yeah.
Okay. Okay,
1 second, sorry.
all right. Next
Case
case.
it doesn't want to move. So, new cases on the SOC calendar. Item number 96487 BZ, Volume 4, 786 Burke Avenue, the Bronx.
Right, we received proof of initial filing and hearing notices. Don't have a community board approval on this yet. This is an application for a 10-year extension of term of a previously granted variance, which expired on February 6, 2020, and an extension of time to obtain a certificate of occupancy, which expired in December of 2016, and also waiver of board's rule.
The typo on this.
Uh,
lineup.
Board has had jurisdiction on this site since 1957, and the last hearing that was held on this was in 2014. So the applicant is proposing a 10-year extension of time, has provided proof of continuous use from 2020 to 2025. Also, a compliance chart has been provided from 1990 to 2014. I just want the applicant to confirm the hours of operations for the convenience store. I'm assuming that's also 24/7, but please confirm that. With regards to the signage, there are excess signage. There is excess signage. You need to remove excess banners and flags. And also the applicant needs to provide chart in the plan per street frontage. With regards to landscaping and fencing, applicant needs to indicate the height of the fence, material on the plan, and instead of using metal barrier, extend the fence along Barnes Avenue. With regards to the overall site condition, based on site photos, Google aerial and street views, it seems there are vehicles that are parked on the sidewalks. Materials is stored along the residential lot line, and they need to be stored indoors. Applicant needs to stripe the parking spaces, need to indicate the location of where the trash is stored. Also, applicant needs to relocate the existing air and vacuum machine from the corner to the lot line abutting lot 1. And I think I saw a barbed wire fence on the subject property. If there is, please remove the barbed wire. And there are open violations, and these are related to operating without CO or and there's one DOB violation with regards to an electric sign. So if the applicant can provide an update regarding the status of the violation, that would be helpful. Vice Chair Shibata.
Thank you, Chair. You cited everything I had noted. I have nothing else to add.
Thank you. Commissioner Otley Brown.
I wasn't clear as to whether or not there was a trash enclosure, but there should be a concrete block trash enclosure with steel doors. And I also was not clear about the landscaping. I feel that the landscaping strip should be delineated on the plans along with the type of plants. And the convenience store compliance with TPN. Oh, the convenience store compliance with TPN 99, I guess, tells that the selling floor area is 663 square feet, which is less than 25% of the lot area and less than 2,500 square feet in this case, but it should be put both on the plans and in the statement. And I also agree that there's more signage than that is being accounted for on the analysis.
And what kind of trash? Masonry or
Should
metal?
be, yes, masonry with the steel doors or metal doors.
Okay. Okay. Commissioner Sheta, sorry.
Thank you, Chair. In addition to what's being said, I do have some questions for them regarding if there is any FDNY violations or summons for the site. I haven't seen that addressed in the statement of fact. In addition, have they researched the environmental data regarding spill history? Was there any spill for the site? Was it closed? They need to again address that and also provide. I haven't seen a compliance chart, so they need to probably either provide one or do that in the statement. That's what I have. Thank you.
There was a compliance chart that was provided.
Maybe I didn't see it.
Okay.
I didn't see it.
It's from, like I said, from 19, it outlines compliance analysis from 1990 to 2014.
Is that in the application folder?
It's, yeah, it's a submission. It's in the submission package.
Okay,
Commissioner
I look into it.
Please look into it. Thank you. Commissioner Yoon?
Thank you. I have a couple comments. The statement of facts, it would have been helpful if you included a discussion of the legalization of the monthly parking for 10 cars and the operational plan within the narrative. I had to dig through the resolutions to understand the history. So please include that in the statement of facts. Please confirm the hours for the convenience store. And the plans, maybe I was the only one confused by this. The plans seem to show 12 spaces for monthly parking, but the affidavit says no more than 10 will be rented on a monthly basis. So please confirm and make that very clear on the plans, which spots are to be rented monthly. On BSA -012, please indicate the curb cuts with dimensions as you do on the other plans. Signage has been mentioned. I saw a U-Haul sign. So can you confirm whether or not U-Haul is being operated here? The rest of my comments have already been stated.
Commissioner, you saw the U-Haul sign on a recent Google view or you saw it on an old one? Because I did see the same, but that was like an old Google view. And I'm sorry, I didn't raise my hand before talking. Sorry about that.
No, well, to respond, I can't quickly see that where I saw it, so I'd just like the applicant to confirm.
I think one of the submissions that were made, I did see a U-Haul truck, but it was parked within the site and it was just one, and then subsequent photos didn't show anything. And when I looked at the Google Street View, I didn't see frequency of U-Haul trucks in and around the area, so.
I didn't either. I just saw a sign that said U-Haul.
Oh, you saw the sign?
Like advertising U-Haul services on a photo.
I
And
see.
Commissioner Shedd is asking which photo I saw that on. I can't immediately pull that up right now, so
Okay, I didn't see that.
I would just like
Okay,
the
we'll look
applicant to
for it.
confirm that there is no,
Okay.
whether there is.
And about the 12 spaces for monthly parking, can you clarify exactly what you're commenting?
On the drawings, from what I recall, it seems, when you look at it, it looks like there are 12 spaces reserved for monthly parking. And the operational affidavit and the past resos that permitted it indicate that 10 are for monthly
Right, right.
parking. So if it's 10, on the drawings, please make it very clear which ones are for monthly parking and which ones are not for monthly parking. Because when I looked at it, it looks like there are 12. And I think that in the statement, they talk about how those other two are going to be used for storage of vehicles awaiting repair, but on the plans, it's not immediately obvious.
Got it. Thank you. That's clear. Okay.
Next case.
Yes.
Okay. Item number 10, 12815BZ, Volume 3 through 130-15BZ, Volume 3, 680, 682, 684 Van Duzer Street, Staten Island.
Okay, proof of initial filing hearing notice is not required. It's an extension of time. Applicant is seeking a 4-year extension of time to complete construction. No, actually, no, it's not clear to me what's the timeline that is, it's requesting. The applicant needs to clarify that. So applicant is seeking an extension of time to complete construction and obtain a certificate of occupancy previously approved for a variance permitting the construction of a 3-family attached residential building, which expired on April of this year, April 10th of 2026. So the applicant has provided a very detailed status update, and it seems there is DOB related sign-offs have been received. I think they are working towards securing the construction loan. And the construction fence has been installed, and this property was recently sold in 2025. So the applicant states that it would obtain a certificate of occupancy by February of 2028. So I'm assuming 3 years to complete construction and obtain certificate of occupancy. Applicant needs to confirm that. There is an open ECB violation regarding the construction of the fence, and an open violation regarding the former building that was on lot 67. So if the applicant can provide an update regarding the fence violation, that would be helpful. Vice Chair Shibata.
Thank you, Chair. I would just like the applicant to give a sentence or two greater, more than just that the owner did not know, to justify the delay. And in the statement of facts, it's clear that there were financing issues. I just want them to expound a bit on that. So other than that, I have no further comment. I am okay with a 4-year, just so they don't have to come back if anything else arises during that time period. And I have nothing further to add.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Otley Brown,
I have no additional questions.
Commissioner Sheta.
Thank you, Chair. I believe the requested amount of time is 4 years. This is indicated on page 3, the top paragraph. It says that we respectfully request the board to extend the time to complete construction and obtain certificate of occupancy for a term of 4 years.
Okay,
That's what they are asking for.
all right.
Yes, regarding the delay, I did feel that they need to elaborate a little bit on that. It wasn't that much. So that's all what I have. But I don't have any other comments on this application.
Okay. Commissioner Yoon.
Thank you. My only comment is also similar to yours about the construction fence violation. The statement of fact says it will be resolved upon completion of construction. And please clarify why you can't resolve a construction fence violation prior to that.
Okay. Thank you.
Move on.
Yes.
Item number 11, 2016-129, 1219 BZ, Volume 3, 7345 Myrtle Avenue, also known as 7868 74th Street, Queens.
Okay, there's also an extension of time, so proof of initial filing and hearing notice is not required. Applicant is seeking a 4-year extension of time to complete construction and obtain a certificate of occupancy of a previously approved variance to permit construction of a 2-story mixed-use mixed-use building, commercial and a residential development, which expired on April 11th, 2026. So this would be the second 4-year extension the applicant is requesting, and the reason for the delay has been economic difficulty in securing the financing, and the impact on the commercial and retail occupancy also is affecting the financial position. With regards to the status, there has been some work that has occurred as of 2023, and alt 3 builder's payment plan was filed, and applicant is preparing to complete the BSA approved plans. So therefore applicant is seeking a 4 years to complete construction and obtain a certificate of occupancy. There are no environmental violation. I really have no additional comments. Vice Chair Shibata.
Thank you, Chair. I support the application. I have no further questions.
Okay. Commissioner Otley Brown,
I have no additional questions.
thank you. Commissioner Sheta,
Same here. Thank you.
Commissioner Yoon,
I have no comments.
thank you.
Okay, I'm sorry, item number 12, 2019-205 BZ, Volume 3, 485 Van Sinderen Avenue, the Brooklyn.
This is also an extension of time, so a proof of filing, initial filing and hearing notice is not required. Applicant is seeking a 4 years extension of time to complete construction and obtain certificate of occupancy of a previously approved variance to permit the development of 8-story, 132-unit affordable housing for seniors, which will expire on June 26 of 2026. The applicant has been working with HPD, and part of the delay has been in securing the financing at HPD. And so far, demolition of the existing building, a lot of the soil cleanup, testing, those have been completed, and also have received, the applicant states it has received a declaration of restrictive covenants and FDNY emergency service access agreement. Those also have been received and recorded. So it seems work is progressing. I'm satisfied with it, and the applicant will take 4 years to obtain. So I'm looking forward to the start of construction and completion of construction that will provide more affordable housing for seniors. Vice Chair Shibata.
Thank you, Chair. I'm also satisfied with this application. I'm glad that they partnered with CCM, and I hope for the best and some speedy construction.
Thank you. Commissioner Otley Brown.
I'm satisfied. I have no question.
Thank you. Commissioner Sheta.
Thank you, Chair. I'm satisfied with the application, but I didn't see in their statement how much time they are asking for. So
How much?
how much time they are asking for.
They said 4 years.
But in this one, I didn't see it in the statement. Maybe I missed it, but if you saw it, I'm fine with it. Thank you.
All right. Okay. The applicant can clarify that. Okay. Thank you. Commissioner Yoon.
Thank you. I had no comments.
Thank you.
Move on.
Yes.
Appeals calendar, new cases, item number 13, 2026-12A, 463 Bay Street, Staten Island.
Proof of initial filing and hearing notices. I believe there is an issue with it. A hearing notice was not sent out in a timely manner. However, given the nature of the case, this is an existing building that has been operating since 1930s, and the applicant is proposing a change of use for a use that is permitted as of right. And because a portion of the building is located within the bed of Map Street, DOB has issued an objection, and therefore the applicant requires a GCL 35. So given the nature of the situation, I will recommend that we hear the case, but we do not close the but we do not make a decision until a proper notice has been issued, and then we can take the next steps. Okay. Thank you. Then with that, I'll proceed with the next part of the statements. We did receive community board's recommendation. Community board votes to approve, 15 in favor, 10 opposed. Though from the documents, it's not clear whether it's a recommendation or it's a recommendation with a condition. Because it checked the box just as approve, but in the comment section, it says following conditions. And the following conditions, I'll just read the following conditions as stated. Any future Bay Street widening or related compliance issues affecting the building shall not place the financial responsibility on the community. The applicant owner should provide an appropriate pickup and drop-off plan that keeps vehicles from blocking Bay Street traffic and protects pedestrian vehicle safety. Environmental verification and any required mitigation remediation should be addressed due to the prior dry cleaning use before the school or daycare occupancy. As I mentioned, this is an application for a GCL 35 to obtain a new certificate of occupancy for a permitted use that is to be located within an existing building, which is partially located within the bed of Map Street, that is Bay Street. Bay Street mapped width is 80 feet. The built width at this location is 37 plus feet. And so the building is located about, it varies anywhere from 11 to 15 feet into the street widening line. So the applicant is proposing an as-of-right use, a daycare facility, which would be located within the existing building and partially located. Now, based on the comments that were raised by the community board, I'm so sorry, my apologies. Okay. Like a verb, sorry. So the subject building and the abutting buildings, which were built in 1930s, are partially located within this bed of Bay Street. Now, per GCL 35 regulations, city has not acquired title to the private portion, privately owned portion of the Map Street to widen the street well over 10 years. There is a very standard procedure should city consider widening the street at this location. There is a standard procedure that city has to proceed with and take the necessary step. And our action here in no way impacts or changes the process thereby. So keeping that in mind, I want us to review this application. We have also received no capital plan report. DEP states that there isn't any capital plan that is stated for this location, and fire department also has no objection. And since this is an as-of-right use, all the operation that would happen has to meet all the as-of-right operational requirement, and all other appropriate agencies, including fire department, DEP, DOT, will be responsible for, and DOB shall be responsible for monitoring all the other parameters that were identified by the community board for proper functioning of this site. We are not allowing the use is permitted as of right. However, there are open violations, so I want the applicant to clarify that, though applicant states that it will be addressed upon BSA approval. So I would like the applicant to elaborate on that at the hearing. I have no additional comments on this. Vice Chair Shibata.
Thank you, Chair. I have no additional comments.
Commissioner Otley Brown?
I have no additional comments.
Okay. Commissioner Shetta?
Thank you, Chair. The only additional comment I would add is to have them add to the plans the standard language for the standard BSA language for the flood regulations when the site is submitted, is located within a flood zone, which is the case, I believe, on this site. So the project manager, please send them that kind of language, and they add it to the plans. That's all what I have. Thank you. And of course, I know the building is up, but just to alert the DEB, DOB, we need to add these kind of notes to the plans.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Yoon?
Yeah, my only comment was the same as Commissioner Shetta's, because the change of use, it would have different flood regulations that apply to it in the renovation. So as long as it's clear that we're not waiving any of those. Otherwise, I have no comments.
Okay. Yeah. Yes.
Okay, this concludes the review session for June 15th. We'll resume at, it is 11:02. What?
11:15?
11:15 for the public hearing.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Commissioners, please ensure your microphones are on. Ms. Matias, we are live, recording and streaming. You may proceed with today's public hearing.
Good morning. Oh, wait a second, one sec. Good morning. This is the New York City Board of Standards and Appeals public hearing for June 15th, 2026. Thank you. We are calling special order calendar continued hearing items, item number 60885BZ, volume 2, 3356 11th Street, Queens. Amanda Iannotti.
Okay, she's in the room.
Good
Good
morning,
morning.
Nadi. Is there anyone else joining you?
Just me.
Raise your right hand. Do you affirm? Raise your right hand. Do you affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in your testimony before this board and to respond honestly to board member questions?
I do.
Please state your name for the record and proceed to respond to the board's comments at review session.
Good morning, Amanda Iannotti on behalf of the applicant. We heard your comments at the executive review session. Happy to run through them. A couple of clarifying questions. So for the number of trucks, it is an average of about 13 per day, and it can be as little as 1 to 2 or as many as about 17, but typically it's about 13. So that's what the operational plan has in it. And in terms of where they would load at the sidewalk, I think we're saying the same thing, but happy to adjust to the way the board prefers. So it's either perpendicular to the building or parallel to the curb. So that,
Parallel to the curb. The trucks have to be parked parallel to the curb.
right. I think that's the same thing though. So if you prefer it to be parallel to the curb, we can say that.
Yes.
Yes, okay. So I'll have them.
It can be both. It can be perpendicular to the building
No,
and parallel to the curb.
Commissioner, Commissioner, it
Yeah.
has to be parallel to.
Parallel to the curb, right.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll have them change the language to say parallel to curbside parked parallel to the curb. What else was there? We can add a note on the plans if you want, Commissioner Sheta, hatching the sidewalk. Made it clear with the tenant that no operations are to be permitted on the sidewalk. They understand. They put that in the operational plan. If you prefer like a hatching, I can add that.
If you believe that it's gonna take like too much time, highlighting the area on the plans, the submitted plans, and adding this kind of language as a call out, that would be enough for me.
Okay, I can have the architect make that change.
Thank you so much.
Sure. And did you also want like a hatch on the curb, like designating that area as permissible?
Yeah.
All what I care about is the sidewalk.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So just the limitation on the sidewalk,
Yes, please.
not the allowable area at the curb.
Yeah, I mean, the curbside parking is permitted in front of
Yes.
your.
Okay, so just the
default.
limitation. Okay,
Yeah, this is the
got it.
default.
Okay. And then Commissioner Yoon, I can clarify that when they're parking in the driveway, that it is the driveway located in the side yard, not the driveway that goes over the curb into the building.
Okay. I think between that and the hatch, that would be, yeah, that would be enough.
Okay. And sorry, Vice Chair Shabeta, I skipped over, you wanted the a little bit of cleanup along the lot line so we can submit new photos of that.
Thank you very much.
I think that pretty much covered everything. So we'll get new photos, we'll make those clarifications in the operational plan and submit the revised plans. And would it be possible to close with those understandings?
From community board approval, yes, on this one. Yes, okay. Any questions or comments? Let's go to the public, and once after that, we will make a call. Thank you.
So the case that we're currently discussing is item number 60885BZ, Volume 2, 33-56 Street, Queens. Should you wish to comment in this application, dial 669-254-5252. At the prompt, you'll enter the Weber ID number 160-487-2771 and press the pound sign. At the next prompt, you'll press the pound sign only. Once you're permitted in, you'll press *9 to raise your hand, *6 to unmute as you're calling in on the phone. And if you're in the Zoom room already, please raise your Zoom hand, which is the little hand at the bottom of your computer screen. Once you are recognized in any format, you will have 3 minutes in which to comment.
Okay. How much time will you need? Anyway, our next hearing is July 13th, so, and the submission due
June
date
30th.
is June 30th.
I think that should be fine if we could fit on that agenda. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm just waiting for the clock to run out.
So you'll revise the plan, revise the statement of fact,
Operational plan.
and operational plan, and photo of the cleaned up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right.
No one has raised their hands or called in?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Motion to close.
Oh, you want to close it?
Yes.
Okey doke.
I'm assuming everybody's okay with closing it? Yes.
Okay.
Motion to close.
Chair Shonda,
Aye.
Vice Chair Shabeta,
Aye.
Commissioner Otley Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Shetta,
Aye.
Commissioner Yoon.
Aye.
Okay, this will be on for decision.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item number 7, 16-12BZ, item number 4, volume 4, 184 Nostrand Avenue, Brooklyn. We will second call this application on Tuesday.
Right.
Item number 8, 26913BZ, volume 2, 110 West 73rd Street, Manhattan.
Right. Who do we have?
Eric Vath.
Yes. Anyone else from your team, Mr. Vath?
Good morning. Charles Awakil will also be in
Don't
attendance, I believe.
I don't see him.
All right, well, let's proceed without him. I think I can handle.
Okay, raise your right hand. Do you affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in your testimony before this board and to respond honestly to board member questions?
I do.
Please state your name for the record and proceed to respond to the board's comments at review session.
Hello, Eric Vath, partner at Goldman Harris, counsel for the applicant. I did hear the comments and questions raised at the review session, and I'd like to begin by addressing videos were sent in.
Sorry, Mr. Vath, the video connection on your end is a little choppy, so
I'm sorry, can you hear me? Can you hear me now? If not,
your video is frozen, your word is coming out a little choppy.
okay, how about now? Any better?
Yeah, okay. Is that okay?
Is that connection good?
Your audio is better than your video. We'll proceed with that.
If you like, I can turn off my video in the hopes of a better audio, or
This is working.
okay,
On
all
Jim's-
right. Apologies, yeah. Eric Vath again, partner at Goldman Harris, counsel for the applicant. I did hear the review session comments, and I'd like to start by addressing the videos you received. I did not review with my client the latest submission, which I think was sent over the weekend, but it seems to be about the restaurant at 104 West 73rd, also owned by the applicant. So let me start with the videos, the numerous videos you received previously, which show or purport to show commercial activities. I reviewed those videos with my client. The majority of them are the super of the building bringing out residential garbage and arranging it in its proper location by the curb in front of 110 West 73rd. So we want to clarify that that residential garbage is not subject to the restrictions placed by the board. There were a few videos, I'm told, of a laundry service from the restaurant, which does capture laundry being taken from the restaurant through 110 West 73rd. We're unable to confirm the dates those were taken, but my client has reiterated to me, and we've provided pictures, that there's a sign up telling all deliveries to go through the restaurant in 106. They've even locked the door. So we are doing our best to make sure that every commercial delivery service knows that going forward. So the client is trying to implement and make sure that's enforced. But we do encourage, any conditions in the boards that the board wishes to place to make sure that that's continues to be honored and respected.
So I don't know if you heard the discussion that the board was having towards the end, where recognizing that monitoring this and ensuring that compliance is maintained, being realistic of the operation, and aware of the fact that this is a portion of a restaurant that is in the residential. The board was okay with the idea of allowing delivery and trash removal to occur from the 110 door only from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Sunday.
Oh,
And
yeah, thank you.
period, it will not, the door shall remain closed. So the note should very clearly make that, and the staff should be made aware of that. And at 10 p.m., the door should be locked. And it
Okay.
should only open at 8 a.m. And that is the operational change that we are recommending, and the signage, all of that shall be done accordingly. At the same time, given the issues that the board has heard regarding this operation and the amount of non-compliancy that we discovered during this review process, we will not be extending a very long-term grant. It would be a very short 5-year grant. Should everything be okay for the next 5 years, the future board will consider the term accordingly.
That's terrific. Yeah, my client is certainly open to that and appreciate the latitude on some deliveries during daytime hours.
Yeah, again, whenever these deliveries are being made, I know it does affect the residential, but there are commercial uses with residential above. So I'm being mindful of that, and that's why I'm making sure that the hours are reasonable, that it will not be disruptive to the residential peace and quiet, which typically would be prior to 8 a.m. and post 10 p.m.
Understood.
And so please be mindful of that and ensure that is abided by. And so I need an revised operational plan and an affidavit signed by your owner, the owner of the restaurant.
Got it. We will provide that if it's okay with the board. Is it okay if we close the record pending, and we'll submit those materials prior to the next hearing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Great. Any other questions? I'm happy to answer.
No, I think those are my questions. Commissioners, this would be your time. All right. Public? Let's go to the public.
Oh, yeah, just one second, Mr. Pavancha. So the case that we're currently discussing, sorry, is item number 8, 26913BZ, Volume 2, 110 West 73rd Street, Manhattan. Should you wish to comment in this application, dial 669-254-5252. At the prompt, you'll enter the Weber ID number 160-487-2771 and press the pound sign. At the next prompt, you will press the pound sign only. Once you're permitted in, you'll press star 9 to raise your hand, star 6 to unmute if you're calling in on the phone. And if in the Zoom room already, please raise your Zoom hand, which is the little hand at the bottom of your computer screen. Once you're recognized, you'll have 3 minutes in which to comment in this application. We have a hand up right now.
Okay. Yes, Mary Avancho.
Yes, good afternoon, members of the board. My name is Mary Avancho, president of West 73rd Block. This statement has been prepared to address the discrepancies in this 5th hearing. The drawings submitted fail to show full operations. Specifically, Building 104 has not been incorporated into the drawings. The attorney letter states applicant now proposes to share Artie Cafe's kitchen with the neighboring restaurant El Coco, which is located at 104 West 73rd. This statement is misleading. There is not an independent restaurant El Coco at this location. Building 104 is actively operating as an expansion of Westside Tomato, doing business as Artie Cafe, the restaurant now under this board's review. It is also one of the 3 addresses listed on applicant's liquor license. The New York State Liquor Authority records have been submitted for your review. Building 104 is particularly relevant to this board because 11 years ago, at time of permit, this property was unavailable to applicant, and the reason BSA granted use of residential 110. By having acquired Building 104, then C18A zoning, applicant has self-satisfied the original hardship. In addition, 22 outdoor dining seats have been omitted. The location of these seats requires they be indicated on the drawings as well as place of assembly. A photo of this location has been sent for your review. Construction sign-offs awaiting BSA approval. The permit was clear. Construction limited to the basement. Applicant now seeks the board's sign-off on unauthorized cellar work that violated the permit's terms, where the cellar and newly constructed staircase have been the subject of ongoing noncompliance. Sound report. Unit 3W is not residentially occupied, but instead used by a commercial wall plant company. Documentation of commercial operations and the building CFO has been submitted for your review. Notably, no sound study has been submitted for the unit directly above the permit space, which is occupied by an elderly family. Violations. Since this hearing, over 100 videos have been submitted documenting noncompliance, which further proves these violations are not isolated incidents, but a pattern of noncompliance. In closing, we hope this review process will put an end to these violations and secure a better quality of life for neighbors. For all the reasons stated, we respectfully ask this board to restore Building 110 to its full residential occupancy. Thank you for your time, consideration, and the attention to these matters.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Anyone else?
No? The timer went off anyway.
All right. Okay. Commissioners, do you have any other thoughts or suggestions? No. I want to make a motion to close with the record open for the applicant to submit the revised operational plan. Note on the plan regarding the location, the delivery and the trash pickup hours, and a sign indicated on that 110 doorway accordingly, and an assigned affidavit.
And Chair, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if possible, if you would sound uh, study engineer or architect can respond to the comments raised, uh, that the adjacent apartment is not actually a residentially used, and that like value or evaluate the transmission to the unit above. I believe it doesn't need like any monitoring or study, especially taking into account two facts. Number one, we didn't have any complaint from the neighbor upstairs. Number two, that sound transmission to the unit above would require like much longer paths and more obstacles. So I don't believe it's going to be an issue with the unit upstairs. But have your architect like submit a very short letter addressing that point, please. Thank you.
Yes.
Nothing about 104. He knows he's fucking wrong. This is gonna be interesting.
Okay.
Anything else?
And I just want to be very clear, Mr. Vad, that this would be only for delivery and trash pickup and nothing more. And between the hours of 8 a.m. and 10 p.m. Monday through Sunday. And the facilities, the entrances shall be maintained clean, and the sidewalks also.
Understood. Thank you, commissioners. Chair.
You want to close?
We still haven't voted.
Close?
Motion to close, Chair Shonda,
Aye.
Vice Chair Shabeta,
Aye.
Commissioner Otley Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Sheta,
Aye.
Commissioner Yoon.
Aye.
And we will schedule this for July decision, July 13th, did we say?
June 30th submission.
June 30th submission, July 13th.
Got it.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Vath.
Thank you.
New cases on the SOC calendar, item number 96487 BZ, volume 4, 786 Burke Avenue, the Bronx. Mr. Ronzati is filling in for Mr. Palatnik.
Go ahead. I added it. Yeah.
Good morning, Mr. Ronzati. Is anyone else joining you?
Yes, the site owners Raul Naib and Palvi Mittal.
I only see Raul Naib.
Okay, please let him in. I'm not sure. Maybe she's with him. Oh, it will just be Raul now.
Okay. So I can swear you all in.
Still, he needs to accept it. Oh, he's in? Is
Okay.
Raul in the room?
There he is.
I'm here.
All right.
Okay, both raise your right hands. Do you affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in your testimony before this board and to respond honestly to board member questions?
Yes.
Yes.
Please state your name for the record and proceed to respond to the board's comments from review.
Yes. Good afternoon, Commissioners. Madam Chair, Ron Rosati representing the applicant. I'm here with the owner, Rahul Naib. We heard numerous comments today from the board. First, I'd like to address some plan comments. We'll revise the plans to show the items that were requested, such as the signage, charts, landscaping, fencing, materials, striping of the parking, the trash enclosure, relocating the vacuum, TPPN info, as well as dimensioning a curb cut. Mr. Naib can address some of the other site condition comments at this time.
Go ahead, Mr. Naib.
Sure. So good morning, good afternoon. Thank you for giving us the time today. In terms of, there was a question about the hours of operation. So the hours of operation are from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. It is not 24 hours a day. There are no cars parked on the sidewalk. I believe there may have been some old pictures that may have been shown, or perhaps a old image on Google Maps, but it is not general practice to keep any vehicles parked on the sidewalks or to disturb the sidewalks for the pedestrians.
The hours of operation of 6 a.m. to 10 p.m., that's for both the convenience store and for the auto repair?
No, the auto repair shop hours are less. They're from about 8 a.m. to 6 p.m.
8 a.m. to 6 p.m., Mondays through,
Mondays through, so I'm not the site operator, but that is Monday through Saturday, and I believe Sunday they're closed completely.
and so 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. is for the convenience store?
Yes.
That's Monday.
And that is
7
Monday, 7 days?
It is, but on occasion they'll close on Sunday earlier, just because there's not enough demand to stay for the hours of operation to remain open. But it's not past that.
Okay. And with regards to the monthly parking, can you confirm what is the actual number of vehicles that are allowed to park monthly?
Well, I believe that the number that they are parking is 12. I may be off, but that is my understanding that there are 12 vehicles. Sometimes there's less, of course, depending on the demand for the month, but I believe there's no more than 12 being parked.
Okay. Because the reason is, as Commissioner Yoon pointed out, the prior board allowed up to 10 cars being parked monthly, so you're 2 over. So you either have to amend the condition or you have to reduce it to 10.
So we would reduce it then. That's not a problem.
Okay, I would say start reducing now before we vote on it. That would be nice.
Okay.
Any other questions or comments?
Just to make it clear on the plans, which ones you're gonna rent
Yes.
monthly and which ones are for, storage of, or vehicles awaiting service.
Yeah, demarcate on the plan, the area, the parking
Yes.
spaces that are going to be used for monthly parking versus auto repair.
Oh, is there you all there? Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to
thank you
ask.
for
I was
reminding.
just about to answer that. I believe it's gone, correct, Raul?
Yes, it is.
What is still?
The U-Haul is no longer operating at the site.
But it was before?
I'm sorry?
But was it before?
Yes.
Was that compliant with board conditions?
We'd
I
have
don't
to
know.
look. We'd have to look into that, but it's no longer there.
Okay, FDNY violations, any summons, any violations? You haven't
No.
responded to that? The
Everything with
spill history?
FDNY is in compliance. There are no violations.
Okay, and the spill history,
The spill history is clean ever since the property has been under my control. There has been no spill of any sort, of any kind.
can you have your applicant please address that in the statement of facts?
Yeah, we will update that.
Thank you. And just for the record, I have seen the compliance chart and it was submitted April 1st of 2026. Thank you.
Thank you.
The barbed wire.
Oh, I noticed in one of the photos, there's a barbed wire on one of the fences. So if it belongs to you, please remove it. Thank you.
We'll look into that and remove it if it is on the site's fence.
Yeah. Anything else? All right, let's go to the public. And did it go to the community board? So this has not gone to the community board. Do you know when it will be? When it is scheduled? Have you reached out to the community board?
I'll have to double check with the office to see. I mean, we're in June, unless they have a late hearing in June. I'm not sure if if they'll hear it before the summer. They take off for the summer. I'll check on that. I'll get back to you.
Chair,
Yes?
can we get a letter from U-Haul that the business is discontinued and it's no longer operational at the subject site, please?
I
The
didn't
U-Haul.
understand.
U-Haul?
Oh, the U-Haul.
Yes, we need a letter from U-Haul indicating that the business is no longer operational on site.
Can you please take note of that, Mr. Rosati?
Yes.
Thank you.
Is it possible to get like an affidavit from the operator or the owner stating that if we can't get in
That's fine.
contact with?
Yeah.
Yes, okay, thank you.
Okay, so now,
Yeah.
okay. So the case that we're currently discussing right now is 960, item number 96487BZ, Volume 4, 786 Burke Avenue in the Bronx. Should you wish to comment in this application, dial 669-254-5252. At the prompt, you'll enter the webinar ID number 160-487-2771 and press the pound sign. At the next prompt, you'll press the pound sign only. Once you're permitted in, you'll press *9 to raise your hand, *6 to unmute as you're calling in on the phone. And if you're in the Zoom room already, please raise your Zoom hand, which is the little hand at the bottom of your computer screen. Once you're recognized in any format, you will have 3 minutes in which to comment on this application.
Okay, how much time will you need to make these corrections?
I would say at least a month to update the plans and clean up whatever needs to be at the site.
Okay. All right. We have a next hearing date is July 13th, and after that is July 27th.
I would say the 27th with the submission of mid-July. I mean, there is the holiday in between. I mean,
Would be 17th. Oh, sorry. What am I saying?
14th.
14th.
July 14th. Yeah, we'll take that. Thank you, Madam Chair. And the
July-
hearing was July 27th?
Yeah.
July 27th, submission date is July 14th. No, you have to make your submission by then. If not submitted, we will have to defer it.
Sure, thank you.
Okay?
Sure.
Okay, no one has called in.
Hand up.
Chair, please.
Yes?
Yeah, I'm a bit confused. When we talked about the affidavit, are we talking about the affidavit in addition to the letter from you all, or just an affidavit?
It would be an affidavit from the owner regarding the discontinuance of U-Haul.
I would ask for a letter from you all, similar to a case that we encountered the same issue on before, and we did ask for a letter from you all. If you want to submit the affidavit in
I
addition
don't
to
think that
that,
would be necessary because it's not showing up on the U-Haul's website.
if it's not shown, that means it's discontinued.
Right, so that's why a letter from the operator would be sufficient.
Yeah, but the applicant just like indicated
I-
on the record that
Commissioner Sheta, I think when U-Haul is no longer using this site anymore, I think we are asking for more information than would be.
that was the case, that was the exact case for the other case, the other gas station.
Because they
The
were.
relation was discontinued and we asked for a letter from you all.
Commissioner Sheta, in that situation, they were operating and we had asked them to discontinue it. In this case, the operation has been discontinued for some time. That's the difference. Okay,
Okay. Continue this or
close.
close? Motion
I
to-
want to make a motion to close with the record open for the applicant to provide the comments with regards to the spill history and the statement of fact, provide an affidavit from the owner regarding the discontinuance of the U-Haul, the demarcation on the plan of the 10 monthly parking spaces, and also revise the plans regarding signage, chart, landscaping, fencing, relocating the vacuum and air machines, and the TPPN note, and also the barbed wire.
Understood.
Okay?
Okay, motion to close, Chair Shanda,
Aye?
Vice Chair Shabeta,
Aye.
Commissioner Otley Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Sheta,
Aye.
Commissioner Yoon.
Aye.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Rosati.
Thank you.
Item number 10, 12815 BZ Volume 3 through 130-15 by BZ Volume 3, 680, 82, 84 Van Duzer Street, Staten Island.
That
Uh,
will also be Mr. Rosati?
Yeah, anyone
yes.
joining you, Mr. Rosati?
No.
Okay, raise your right hand. Do you affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in your testimony before this board, and to respond honestly to board member questions?
Yes.
Please state your name for the record and proceed to respond to the board's comments at review session.
Sure. Good morning, Commissioners, Madam Chair, Ron Rosati for the applicant. Just to clarify some of the questions asked at review session, we are requesting a 4-year extension. The question regarding the construction fence, I called the owner. He said the violation was given in error. The permit was just given, or at least only cited one of the 3 addresses. So his expediter is working on removing that violation. They have a permit for the fence for the entire site, but apparently it just cited 1 or 2 of the addresses. And as you can see, the violation was only given to one of the sites, but it is one development site. One of the addresses, there is an entire development site with a fence around the entire site. So he is working on resolving that. It was, according to him, it was issued in error. They received the permit. They shouldn't have gotten that violation. So that's from the owner. And regarding the delay, there have been 2 owners since the last extension of time. The last owner wasn't a builder. He couldn't build it, and I don't believe he was aware of the 4-year time frame. Again, he did not get that extension. The extension was given to the original owner. It was sold to a second owner who owned it for, I believe, 2 years. Then now it's sold to a builder. He's moving forward. He has his construction fence up. He has removed trees. He said he is about a month away from obtaining his funding. And he also said next week the foundation markings are being done so he can start pouring his foundations for the site. So this current owner is a builder. He's real. He's moving forward. We shouldn't require any additional extensions after this.
And has gotten the approval for the foundation plans?
Yeah, I believe all the DOB approvals are on hand.
Okay. Any questions or comments? No. All right, and let's go to the public.
The case that we're currently discussing is 120, item number 10, 128-15 BZ, Volume 3 through 130-15 BZ, Volume 3, 680, 682, 684 Van Duzer Street, Staten Island. Should you wish to comment on this application, dial 669-254-5252. At the prompt, you'll enter the Weber ID number 160-487-2771, press the pound sign. At the next prompt, you'll press the pound sign only. Once you're permitted in, you'll press *9 to raise your hand, *6 to unmute as you're calling in on the phone. And if you're in the Zoom room already, please raise your Zoom hand, which is the little hand at the bottom of your computer screen. Once you are recognized, you'll have 3 minutes in which to comment on this application.
I don't think we need any additional information from Mr. Rosati. Unless we hear anything else, I'm going to see if anybody has raised their hands. No. I'm going to make a recommendation that we close and schedule it for decision for July 13th.
No submission?
No submission.
Okay.
Motion to close?
Motion to close, Chair Shanda,
Aye.
Vice Chair Shabeta,
Aye.
Commissioner Otley Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Sheta,
Aye.
Commissioner Yoon.
Aye.
Okay,
Thank you, board.
Thank you. See you soon.
Yes.
Okay, next one I'm assuming would be Mr. Lobel.
Yeah, just give me 1 sec. Special order calendar, new cases, item number 11, 2016-1219 BZ, volume 3, 7345 Myrtle Avenue, Queens.
Oh, and Rebecca W. Dion. I hope I'm not mispronouncing the name.
So Richard and Rebecca Davidian.
Correct.
Anyone else from your team?
No, that's it, Chair.
Okay, raise your right hands. Do you affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in your testimony before this board, or to respond honestly to the board member questions?
I do.
I do.
Sorry, whoever is the lead, please state your name for the record and proceed to respond to the board's comments from review session.
Thank you, Chair. Commissioners Richard Lobel of Sheldon Lobel, joined by Rebecca Davudian of my office. We understand that the board had no further questions or comments regarding this extension of time.
You're right. Let's go to the public.
That was good.
Take them when you can get them.
Exactly. Okay, the case that we're currently discussing is item number 11, 2016-1219 BZ, volume 3, 7345 Myrtle Avenue, Queens. Should you wish to comment on this application, dial 669-254-5252. And at the prompt, you'll enter the webinar ID number 160-487-2771 and press the pound sign. At the next prompt, you'll press the pound sign only. Once you're permitted in, you will press *9 to raise your hand, *6 to unmute as you're calling in on the phone. And if you're in the Zoom room already, please raise your Zoom hand, which is the little hand, at the bottom of your computer screen. Once you're recognized, you'll have 3 minutes in which to comment on this application.
We just have to let the clock.
Tick tock, tick tock.
No submission is due.
No submission?
No submission.
While we're waiting, Chair, we just wanted to thank the board and its staff for the expeditious handling of this matter. So thank you.
You're welcome. We do our best.
Okay, no one has raised their hands or called in. Motion to close, Chair Shonda,
Aye.
Vice Chair Shabeta,
Aye.
Commissioner Otley Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Shetta,
Aye.
Commissioner Yoon.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chair, Commissioners.
Thank you.
Item number 12, 2019-205 BZ, Volume 3, 485 Van Sinderen Avenue, Brooklyn.
Mr. Goldman? He should be joining.
Good morning. Howard Goldman, partner at Goldman Harris, representing the applicant Community Counseling and Mediation, known as CCM. In response to
Mr. Goldman, I have to.
I'm sorry, I got ahead of myself.
Yes, you did.
Okay.
Raise your right hand. Do you affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in your testimony before this board, and to respond honestly to board member questions?
I do.
Okay, please state your name for the record and proceed to respond to board's comments at review session.
Okay, Howard Goldman, partner at Goldman Harris, representing the applicant Community Counseling and Mediation, also known as CCM. In response to Commissioner Shetta's question at review session, I'd like to clarify that the requested extension is in fact 4 years. And that would take the completion of construction out to 2030 and obtaining the C of O out to 2031. On behalf of CCM, we thank the board and the staff for their attention to this application.
So the construction will be completed in 4 years' time, and the certificate of occupancy will be obtained after 4 years.
Well, it's 4 years from the prior dates. So each one is 4 years.
Right, right. But in reality, after 4 years only, you will be able to obtain a certificate of occupancy. So we can expect another extension of time at that time. Should,
Well, hopefully not, but I can't rule it out.
okay, all right. Well, I hope this construction comes along, and we are very much looking forward to this being built. So all the best. Mr. Costanza.
Yes, Madam Chair, just to clarify something Mr. Goldman said, and I think you were responding to, the statutory requirement for the 4 years is for the construction. The CFO is at the discretion.
Ah, okay. I always thought both of them were together because the way it's written, extension of time for completion of construction and obtaining CO.
Yeah, it's the other.
That's how it's always been written.
Keep them consistent and synonymous time-wise, because if you have elapsed your time to complete construction, only in a slim handful of cases would there be a ministerial filing left to obtain the CO but not complete construction. We keep them synonymous.
Okay.
It doesn't prevent an applicant from requesting it in an appropriate circumstance.
Okay. Thank you for the clarification. All right, motion to close. No submission is required. We will schedule this for July.
Yeah, public.
Oh, we have to go to public.
Public, yeah.
I know I'm in a rush to get this construction going, but let's go to the public.
The case that we're currently discussing is item number 12, 2019-205 BZ Vine 345 Cinderon Avenue, Brooklyn. Should you wish to comment on this case, dial 669-254-5252. At the prompt, you'll enter the Weber ID number 160-487-2771 and press the pound sign. At the next prompt, you'll press the pound sign only. Once you're permitted in, you'll press *9 to raise your hand, *6 to unmute as you're calling in on the phone. And if you're in the Zoom room already, please raise your Zoom hand, which is the, little hand at the bottom of your computer screen. Once you are recognized in any format, you will have 3 minutes in which to comment on this application.
Mr. Goldman,
Yes.
thank you for the clarification. I did look at the statement one more time, and I couldn't see it. If my eyes are bad, forgive me for that. If it's not there, just please add the term that's requested, that's 40 years. But I did take a second look, and I wasn't able to, maybe I was in a rush and I didn't see it.
It's elsewhere. It's elsewhere in the application, Commissioner, but we will clarify it.
Oh, it's not in the statement then.
Right.
Thanks God, my eyes are good. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Just waiting for the clock to run out. There's a telephone number there, I don't know.
Oh.
The telephone number that has the last 4 digits, 7292. If you're calling regarding Van Cinderon Avenue, please raise your hand. I guess not.
I'll just allow them to talk.
Okay. You allow them to come in?
Hi, thank you. This is Andrew Knox, architect on the project. I was just phoning in to hear how Howard is doing. I have no comment. Thank you very much.
How'd I do?
Beautifully.
Okay, thank you.
All right, motion to close. No submission is required apart from that. Do we need any clarification, Commissioner Shetta? I think we're good.
I believe if it's somewhere else in the application, I'm
It
fine
is there
with
in
it.
the document. I saw it. I didn't realize, I mean, when you read through it, you just assume everything is statement of facts, but it is there in the document.
That's fine. It's on the record already. Thank you.
So no submission is due.
No submission.
Motion to close.
And motion to close, and we will schedule this for decision for July 13th.
Motion to close, Chair Shonda,
Aye.
Vice Chair Shabeta,
Aye.
Commissioner Otley Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Sheta? Commissioner Sheta?
Sorry, I was muted. Aye.
Commissioner Yoon?
Aye.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank you, Mr. Goldman. Have a nice.
Thank you.
thank you.
Appeals calendar, new cases. Item number 13, 2026-12A, 463 Bay Street, Staten Island.
Yes,
Mr.
Mr.
Rosati?
Yeah,
Raise your right hand. Do you affirm to tell the truth? I'm sorry, what? No, we remember, we changed that. Okay.
we did.
Raise your right, yes, we did. Raise your right hand.
We
Do you
did not.
affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in your testimony before this board and to respond honestly to board member questions? Please state your name for the record and proceed to respond to board's comments.
Yes, Ron Rosati for the applicant. Good afternoon, Commissioners, Madam Chair. There seems to be two comments on this case. We'll add the flood zone language to the plans. We received that from the examiner already. First, I'd like to apologize also for missing that hearing notice. We'll reissue that, and thank you for allowing this hearing to happen today. And then regarding the open violations, I spoke to the architect regarding those. They're mostly have to do with non-compliance with energy code and elevator violations. And this development is a total gut renovation of the entire building. So all that will be resolved once they receive permits and obtain the C of O in the future. Other than that, he had no other explanation for them. I don't know if that's if that answers the question, but that's what I was told.
Okay. Any questions or comments? All right, let's go to the public.
I believe you, Chair, raised the point regarding the capital plan. Do you still need some input from the applicant on that?
No, we have the sign up from DEP and fire department has no objection.
So we're waiting for DOT. Item number, sorry.
No.
The case we're, oh my God. The case that we're, I apologize. The case that we're currently discussing is item number 13, 2026-12A, 463 Bay Street, Staten Island. Should you wish to comment on this application, dial 669-254-5252. At the prompt, you'll enter the webinar ID number 160-487-2771 and press the pound sign. At the next prompt, you will press the pound sign only. Once you're permitted in, press *9 to raise your hand, *6 to unmute as you're calling in on the phone. And if in the Zoom room already, please raise your Zoom hand, which is the little hand at the bottom of your computer screen. Once you are recognized, you'll have 33 minutes in which to comment on this application. Should have to do a new notice, right? So I have to send a new notice.
Okay. We will schedule this for July 27th. Continued.
Mariel will send you out a new notice.
Okay. Submission is the 14th.
Send an email.
July 27th, the submission is 14.
I'm sorry, Commissioner, Mr.
But
Costanza?
No, I'm just just note to staff to send our staff, our administrative staff, an email to alert them of the
New notice
next
date.
hearing date.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
and
Mr. Rosati, make sure if you don't receive the hearing notice shortly to alert us.
Yes. Thank you.
okay, all right.
Anything else, Madam Chair? Okay. This concludes the public hearing for June 15th, 2026. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you.
Everyone.
Thank you.